Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking quickly at the Hummer H2 and how feasible it is to use the Hummer H2 with rising and astronomic gas prices. So the Hummer H2 has a lot of bad rap as being a vehicle that is a gas hog, might be slow, and will literally burn a hole through your pocket because of its high gas consumption. But is that necessarily true? Well, most people who use their Hummer H2 as a daily driver have parked the vehicle because honestly, at about maybe 11 to 12 miles a gallon, that is just not very economically feasible to use the Hummer as a daily driver in these crazy economic times. So there are some far better options out there. You can think of something like the Toyota Corolla, the Toyota Camry. Kia has a couple of small sedans. So there's a whole slew of small cars which are not necessarily hybrids that give excellent gas mileage that could serve as an alternative to the Hummer H2. But not everybody buys into the cheap gas trope, because at times people drive their Hummers on a daily basis because they love the vehicle, they love the looks, and they love the way it handles, and for that they are willing to pay a small price, albeit a small price that seems to be getting worse as the gas prices keep rising. But even though the gas prices are still so high, you see people driving newer trucks out there, half-ton trucks, three-quarter-ton trucks, as daily drivers. Those are just marginally better on gas compared to the Hummer. So if you have a commute of 10 miles or less, I think that the Hummer H2 is still a viable daily driver, and you can, you would get a hit in your wallet, in your pocketbook, but it's not going to be as dire and terrible as some people might make it out to be. So yeah, mine I don't daily eat, but it has served me well so far, and I intend on keeping it for a while longer. I previously had some issues with the headers from the engine, and each time I would start, every cold start, you could hear a ticking sound, and luckily I was able to visually identify the problem because some of the nuts that hold the header in place had worked themselves loose. So I went in there with, I think it was a 10mm wrench, and I was able to tighten the nuts. Apart from that, I really don't have any complaints about my Hummer. It runs great. It doesn't have any check engine light on, so it tells me whoever had it previously before I purchased it, they took pretty good care of it. And then I was able to find some additional history on my Hummer, this one, and it turns out it came from California. So even though it has some rust, which you guys can see here, it is not as bad as some that have been in the rust belt for much longer. So that's the ride height adjuster. Of course, the exterior needs to be cleaned. Last time I drove it, it was raining outside, so I need to clean up the exterior. But you can definitely see the frame, it still looks in pretty good shape, and it cleans up pretty good if I wash it. And what really sells me on this is, like, I've driven couple of thousands of miles, and I still have no issue with check engine lights or anything of that nature. So I'm pleased with the vehicle right now. Alright guys, that's all what I had to share with you concerning the Hummer H2. That for some people it's still a very viable daily driver, irrespective of the high gas prices, especially those who don't have a very long commute. One last thing before I leave, the absolute worst thing you can do when you have a Hummer H2 is to start like a jackrabbit from a standing stop. So let's say you come to a red light, you stop fully, and then it changes to green. Just ease that gas pedal. Go very easy on it. Otherwise, if you're starting off like a jackrabbit, then you end up with very, very horrible gas mileage, and that's not what you want. And that's one of the reasons why these vehicles tend to get a bad rap. If you drive it like you're driving a Toyota Corolla, a Prius, where you can just floor it and it has an electronic drive-by-wire system, then you would have a hard time keeping up with the gas schedule on these. All right, guys, thanks for joining me once more, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye now.